all I ever wanted to in my life was to dance. So to start dancing at 8 years old and still be doing it at 80 is really special. And to be honored for it by Teachers College, the finest graduate school of education in the world, and my alma mater, is miraculous. I must thank President Bailey, Provost O'Meara, the Board of Trustees led by my dear friend Leslie Morse Nelson, and the school's exceptional faculty, including Dr. Barbara Bashaw. I'd like to thank all the talented, hardworking staff and volunteers who make this convocation happen. There is truly no place I would rather be than here in the Heights with you, the class of 2024. Congratulations as you take your next step into the postgraduate world. It is an honor to receive the Medal for Distinguished Service, but along with the honor comes the responsibility to say something, and at such a difficult and complicated time. We all want to say the right thing, but what is that? I don't have a good answer, but I think I have the right question. Has there ever been a time in our history when having a more educated society and more people dedicating their careers to education is as important as it is today? I don't think so. And has it ever been so essential for educators like you to imbue students with an unshakable commitment to truth and integrity and equity and action? I don't think so. Classroom teachers, literacy specialists, policy advocates, and yes, dance educators can mold the future and change the world. And you must. Tradition dictates that I begin with some pithy advice or an inspiring quote. As a dance educator, there's an abundance of choice. There's Nietzsche, the great philosopher, who said, we should consider every day lost on which we have not danced at least once. Or I could offer something from the even greater philosopher, Mr. James Brown, who said, dance till you feel better. But on this occasion, I've chosen the words of one of the world's most legendary choreographers, Alvin Ailey. To be who you are and become what you're capable of is the only goal worth living. To be who you are and become what you are capable of is the only goal worth living. But how do you achieve that goal? How can you be who you are and become what you are capable of? You need a big idea, a goal, a purpose, a passion. Nothing is more exhilarating. Nothing is more satisfying. You need a big idea whether you're teaching third grade, administering an arts program, or crafting policy, or whether you're working in a classroom, an office, a think tank, or Congress. A big idea will define who you are and show you what you are capable of. Let me tell you about mine. After years of studying dance and performing in DC with Erica Timai, my first mentor, college at the University of Wisconsin, which had the nation's first dance major, I moved to New York to dance, and I was shocked that the dance world wasn't waiting for me. I needed a job, so I sold blouses at Bonwitz and worked at the Department of Social Services. Finally, I stumbled into a great job as a classroom teacher, and I got my teaching chops. Still, there was one thing in my head. I wanted to teach dance in public schools. The big idea. I knew that dance could help kids develop essential life skills like creativity, collaboration, connection, and conflict resolution. I knew dance could change lives. I decided to go to TC, got my master's in dance education, and started looking for a place to make the big idea a reality, even though I didn't know anyone who was teaching dance in the schools. Somehow, I talked my way into a job as a dance teacher at PS 75, and that's where it all began. Before I knew it, dance became essential to the school, and nothing happened without it. At PS 75, math, social studies, language arts, science, everything became material for dance making. Dance became the soul of the school, and we became a model program. And once dance was established at my school, I thought, why not that school? Why not that school? Why not every school? And the big idea became a much bigger idea. Dance for every child. 50 years later, I'm still working on it. Only now, I have thousands of people working with me. I couldn't do it alone, because you can never do it alone, whatever your big idea. I had great partners every step of the way. My colleagues, my teachers, my students, my husband, John, who has always supported me in my work. That's another big idea, by the way. Pick the right partner. Every one of you has had someone who's supported you, a mentor who's given you good advice or direction or held your hand. To achieve a big idea, we've gotten help from others, but then we must help others in return. Be a mentor. All of you have something to pass on to someone pursuing their own big idea. It's often just as fulfilling as realizing your own. I know many of you already have that big idea burning inside of you. You know how exciting it is and how frustrating it can be. When I face resistance, I follow a simple rule. Don't take no for an answer. If I had taken no for an answer, I wouldn't have found my way to PS 75. If I had taken no for an answer, I never would have convinced the DOE to allow me to co-chair the committee that created the blueprint for dance education. If I had taken no for an answer, in fact, some of you may not even be here today. Teachers College once had a thriving Master's in Dance Education program. When the school shuttered that program, let's just say I was not happy. I was a graduate. I met with then President Susan Furman and pleaded with her to restore the Master's in Dance Education. Her answer was a concise no. But to me, President Furman's no was simply the start of the negotiation. I was relentless. And wouldn't you guess, a few weeks later, she called me to share her big idea. TC would not bring back their master's program. Instead, they launched the nation's only doctoral program in dance education, a program I've seen thrive. It's given me hope. The graduates are coming up with big ideas. And the hope keeps growing. After launching the doctoral program, TC launched the Institute for Dance Education Research, Policy, and Leadership. And now with leadership and support from President Tom Bailey, it's flourishing. And the college is building the 5,000 square foot dance education dance studios. My big idea has come full circle. The field will grow and develop for generations to come. Yes, I have hope. I'm not sorry President Furman said no to my first idea. Sometimes we have to know when to pause and find common ground with those who don't see things our way. That's a skill that's essential to success, essential to life, and even, I'll say it, essential to democracy. Democracy depends on dance education. Think about it. Education itself is a dance. a collaborative effort that transcends disciplines, borders, and time. When you're involved in education, you are part of a grand choreography, working together in united purpose. Education depends on community. It thrives on collaboration. It resolves every conflict through creativity. That's what democracy does too, or should. If only every single person could have a dance education, we'd be far better off. I truly believe it. In the words of the great Mr. James Brown, the one thing that can solve most of our problems is dancing. One last thing about the big idea. We have to build it from the ground up. There are no shortcuts. We have to do it one step at a time. When Ballet Hispanico, a fledgling dance company, asked me to be on the board, I said yes, and then I said, what's a board? They were housed in a crumbling space, bleeding money, but led by Tina Ramirez, a visionary with a big idea, a brilliant mentor with fierce determination who would never take no for an answer. Ballet Hispanico flourished, and today it is the largest Hispanic cultural organization in the US and named one of America's cultural treasures. We built Ballet Hispanico step by step, and there you have it, the big idea. And there are other steps to get there, of course. The dance never ends, and neither does the learning and the teaching. That's where you come in, and that's where I'm going to end. And let me do it with another piece of great advice from Baryshnikov. He said, I do not try to dance better than anyone else. I only try to dance better than myself. I hope you all continually dance better than yourselves. Congratulations, graduates. Hold on to your big idea. Go forth. Be brilliant. Don't forget to dance. Thank you.